Right, as we can see, we've still got junk everywhere, but we're starting to make progress. It's been a bit slower than I'd have liked. I've just sort of finished for the day because it's come up to midday. I've got to work this afternoon, sort of late shift. I had the week off last week, hoping I might get it all done and dusted, but a bit optimistic. There's a lot of devils in the detail, as they say. But the main thing is, the structure's solid, all the glazing's in, the roof's on, it's watertight. Still haven't quite finished sealing everything, but I've already got through about 6 tubes of filler and got a couple left, so probably get through all them as well. But yeah, so this is what it's looking like at the moment. So I mean, luckily we have got the little windows along this side, so they're going to be open all day. We have got another window at the back which is open, and I've got the door wedged open at the front so let some through breeze. So this is kind of what it's looking like. I mean, I still haven't finished doing the trim on the back yet. Like I say, just a few finishing touches really. Worked out quite nicely, the glazing wise. So we got mainly the back, and the side we see from the garden is all nice glazing so we can see in. Unfortunately, we've got some sort of frosted patterned glass down this end, but that's not a bad thing because that's slightly more shady, so I can put plants down this end, which is going to probably appreciate that. So yeah, we've still got some finishing touches to do. We've got nice double doors on the front. Like I say, this is going to be in the winter pretty insulated. It should do quite well. So again, just sort of trimming at the front, need finishing up, and at the sides here. So I had to use polycarbonate each side of the double doors, which is not ideal, but it still lets in light, still good insulation. And the main thing is, as you come up the drive, as it were, you've got a double door so we can see in. So the back wall is, like I say, this is the original roof from this is a whole conservatory that I brought. So the roof, sort of width or lengthwise, fitted exactly, believe it or not, pretty much exactly. The whole length, sort of 20 foot. Obviously I had to cut the roof panels and ceiling joints down, but yeah, so that's not, like I say, it's not too bad. It's sort of frosted effect, but there's only a fence behind that anyway. Yeah, so we've done a lot of from the last video, a lot of sort of reinforcing roof wise, because I obviously had to climb up on top of the roof to get the panels on. So we did do a lot of reinforcing in that sense, so it's sort of strong enough obviously to take my weight when I was up there. And obviously we're looking at, we don't get much snow in winter, if any, but if we did get snow, the roof would be strong enough. What I might just do is put some beams across sort of midsection, because these are sort of metre wide sections of the roof, and it is polycarbonate and it is sort of fairly tough stuff, but I don't really want bowing if we did get a sort of heavy snowfall, which is, like I say, pretty rare. But yes, this is what it's looking like at the moment anyway. Again, we've got the woodwork on the roof I'm going to leave, sort of the rafters wood, but I've still got some trim to go up along the length, and sort of the wood around the doors I'm going to be painting white. So it's going to be white all up to sort of roof level, and that's just going to be left sort of wood. That is, obviously pressure treated wood, so it'll hold up quite well. So yeah, I mean, even like I say, with all these side windows open, back window open, and the door sort of half open, it is quite warm, to be honest, at the moment, but the sun is out, and I don't know if we're picking that up. Let's get that over here. It's 33 degrees near at the minute with the through breeze. We did sort of have highs of 47, but that's probably when I shut the door for a little while, just to let the filler and stuff dry. Yeah, so we are getting there. Slow progress, like I say, but little things that you sort of think about you have to do in order. And I want to get the electrics in, and so we have got, this is the old switch box from the koi pond, so I thought it'd be the safer bet rather than just having this sort of plug socket, so I can wire it, hard wire straight in. It's totally waterproof, and yeah, I can wire in my heater, fan, and I'm going to have a couple of floodlights in here as well, so when I come in at night, you know, it's lit up quite nicely. Also put in not irrigation as such, but we've got a water line coming up, and so we've got a single, it's just a sort of misting system really, so we've got a spray nozzle there. Coming round, we've got two along the beam here, then we've got another one in the centre, another two, so you have to bear with me as I'm getting blinded by the sun. I can't see the viewfinder, so I don't know where I'm pointing, but yeah, there's another mister nozzle there, again this side, and at the end here. So I'm probably rig it up to a timer, so that sort of goes off, you know, when it's summertime, maybe 5 minutes or so, at least 2 or 3 times a day, if not more, because it's, especially when it's hot, obviously you need the windows open, that's sort of drying everything out, so you get that through breeze and the heat. So we're going to need to keep it, try and keep the humidity up somehow. So yeah, the misting system's going to hopefully help with that. Yeah, so things are getting on. I'd imagine hopefully by the end of the weekend, pretty much done and dusted. Just need to get a few more bits. Sort of been working around the plants, sort of little tester. I did have a sort of selection of colocaceas, various colocaceas, and I've been having to use a hand bottle sprayer to mist these, because you know, pretty much as soon as I got in here, as soon as I was in here for a day or two, they, you know, you get the old spider mites because it's so dry. So every time I come in here, I just give them a quick misting, just to stop the old spider mites going mad. Yeah, so like I say, it is a work in progress. It's not been a bit slower than I would have liked, but you know, we're getting there now. So the main bulk of it is done. It's this sort of finishing touches and just you know, cosmetics really. But yeah, it should be okay. So what I did have to do, obviously I've got some trim to go up this side, and where the polycarbonate panels come down, obviously overlap that the wooden beam going across the top, and there's a gap there. So what I've done, what's already done on the other side, is stuffed that gap full of bubble wrap, and then put the sort of fascia boards on top of that, and that just gives it a good insulation. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much as it is at the moment. Nice to come out in the relative cool. So as regards to the roof, that turned up a bit later than I'd like. That turned up Friday. What I've done is I got 2 metre square panels, well 2 metre by 2.1, and that way less joints. So really I only actually had 2 joints across the roof to seal the strips. The rest of them I just used like the waterproof sort of screwing with the rubber gasket on them. So yes, quite straightforward really. I think we'll leave it there. Like I say, I've got a bit of tidying up to do before I get to work. But yeah, I just thought I'd do an update, because I kept promising I was going to do one, and you know, never really got around to doing it. So this is sort of on the finishing touches, and then hopefully the next video that'll all be finished and we can start looking at getting some plants in there and sorting it out inside and making it look nice. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.